Well, good afternoon and welcome to the second game of the day at King George V pitch in St. John's, Newfoundland. This is the Jubilee National Championships, Toyota National Championships Jubilee Trophy. I'm Colleen McConnell, joined by Gillian Landrigan on camera. We'll be bringing the stories to you live today on Sports Canada TV. Coming up this afternoon, we have Manitoba, Northwest Winnipeg, and Quebec, Royal Select Beauport. Of interest to local fans, this team, this club, won the championship the last time Newfoundland and Labrador hosted back in 2016. The teams have done their walk-on and taken their official photos to start the game. Quebec is coming off a 1-0 win over Nova Scotia yesterday. Manitoba coming out of a 5-0 loss to British Columbia. If you joined us earlier today, you will have seen British Columbia with a second victory today. They defeated Nova Scotia 2-0. This is the second game of the day for Group B competition in the Jubilee Trophy. There are 8 teams in total in the tournament. 2 groups of 4. Group A has Newfoundland and Labrador 1 and 2, Alberta and Ontario. Group B, British Columbia, Nova Scotia, and of course Manitoba and Quebec, the 2 teams that you are going to see today. Manitoba is in the green, Quebec is in the black. So the teams are just getting ready to start. Waiting for the final officials to be in place. The referee waiting until just the exact point in time. So it'll be an interesting game. Every game incredibly important in this tournament because the top 2 teams will advance into the medals. The remaining 2 will play for place. Quebec has 3 points already. They would certainly like to add to that. Manitoba very keen to get on the points board. So Quebec trying to get some early action happening here. Manitoba putting the ball through to Jamie Flett. Number 8 with a pass to number 38, Danielle Dorado. Dorado with a yellow card yesterday. The ball goes out of bounds, and it will be put back in by Quebec. And that's taken by Roxanne Dion, the Quebec captain. We've had 2 days of beautiful weather so far at this tournament. Another gorgeous day today. Clear blue skies, 15 degrees. Fantastic weather for the players and for the spectators. Number 15, Daphne Blouin. Ball is out and will be put in by Laura Carroll or Madison Obirick. Manitoba punts it forward, but no one there to receive. Sophie Bourassa sends it forward, intercepted by Holly Angus. And it goes out on a deflection. It'll be put back in by Anne-Sophie Lapointe. Number 18, Bourassa to Lapointe. To Kim Tremblay. Over to Gabrielle Lapointe. Intercepted by Manitoba and sent long, but no one there. Number 31, Veronica Kessler, rushing down to try and connect. Quebec with a throw in. Manitoba number 15, Jasmine Flett. Ball is wide. Quebec now trying to move the ball up the pitch. It is out of bounds and will be a Manitoba throw in. It'll be taken by Alexa Driver. Captain Roxanne Dion looking for a target. She finds it in Gabrielle Lapointe. Jessie Flett now. And number 38 trying to get there. Fouled. And we will have a free kick for Manitoba, not too far outside the Quebec 18. That's going to be taken by number 15, Jasmine Flett. And that goes wide of the Quebec net. The team's still feeling each other out right now. Quebec doing a good job of just tipping the ball ahead gently. Number 9, Gabrielle Lapointe with a shot from wide and from far out, and it is wide. Lapointe manages to keep it in. Fighting off pressure from the Manitoba defenders. Dion now. Puts it back to Cynthia Gaspard-Friere. Dion again. Looking for Kim Tremblay, but Manitoba comes up with it. Quebec recovers and is fouled. Number 9, Gabriella Point. Karina Fisset. And we will have the first corner of the game at 8 minutes. Wind is picking up a little bit here at King George V, but still a very pleasant game. And not nearly as windy as it was during the women's games yesterday. Later on this evening at 6 o'clock local time, we'll have the Challenge Cup men playing. Well-placed ball by Quebec. Try to chip it in, but it is high and wide. The Manitoba goalie sends it out. It's intercepted by Quebec. Number 16. Easily gathered up by Kate Perkang. Rosalie Dumont to Cynthia Gaspard-Friere to Kim Tremblay. Dion back to Tremblay. Daphne Bluet looking for someone in the middle. Defended by Manitoba. Manitoba's Jamie Flett now sends it back to a defender who punts it ahead. Nobody there to receive. And Veronica Kessler tries to run down the Quebec defender to recover the ball. Quebec number 11 now sends the ball wide across the net. We've got a ruling that she was out of bounds on that cross. And the Manitoba goalie will have a goal kick. So number 15, Jasmine Flett. We've got a lot of repeat names on both sides of the field here today, so I may or may not be mixing up their names. I'll check and see if they're cousins later, but certainly the Fletts of Manitoba, there are 3 of them. A couple of Lapointes on the Quebec team. And Joelle Moras with the start in goal for Team Quebec today. She's a former CCAA All-Star back in 2010 and 2011 and has participated. She was part of the 2016 team that won the Jubilee Trophy here in St. John's. There are a number of players on this Quebec team that were here in 2016. So certainly a bit of experience there. Interestingly, the average age on the team is only 22.69, so despite the depth of experience, they're still a very young team. In comparison, that was number 16, Audrey Gemois, who was the goal scorer in yesterday's game against Nova Scotia. Number 16. She was assisted in that by Joelle Mercier, number 10. And the ball has rolled harmlessly out of play. Manitoba with the throw-in. So we've got Manitoba getting ready for a throw-in. Quebec with possession. Changing that back to Manitoba. Kim Tremblay now, trying to move the ball forward to Karina Fisset. Crosses it and into the side of the net. Goal kick for Manitoba. "15 minutes elapsed in this first half of the game. Still no score. A couple of opportunities from Quebec. Bit of a foul on that play there. And it will be Quebec's ball. Referee having a chat with one of the Manitoba players. So Roxanne Dion plays it back to the goalie. Manitoba intercepts her clearance, trying to play it back to the goalie again. Manitoba's number 38, Danielle Dorado. Quebec now trying to manage the play. Ball sent out to the wing. Gabriella Point. Back and back, a little too far on that second pass. Rolls all the way back to the goalie. Number 3, Rosalie Dumont. Dumont again. Passes it off to the side. And Sophie Lapointe. A shot by Quebec there, which was wide of the net. We'll have another goal kick coming from Manitoba. Roxanne Dion now sending it through for Daphne Blouin. Blouin to Dumont. Audrey Genois in beautiful scoring position, but sends it high over the net. And we'll have another goal kick for Manitoba. Ball is out of play, and it'll be a throw-in for Manitoba. Number 11, Holly Angus, gone over to take that. Will be taken by Alexa Driver. Jessie Flett. Quebec now with the ball. Gabriella Point. Moving it along the Quebec defense. Cynthia Gaspard-Friere. Kim Tremblay. Jessie Flett now with the ball again for Manitoba. Intercepted by Quebec. And this is Jasmine Flett, number 15, trying to make her way through, but is dispossessed. Audrey Genois trying to break through, and the ball is off to the side. It'll be a Quebec throw-in deep in Manitoba territory. Daphne Blouin now making her way around the field, trying to find a way to drop the ball in. Number 11, Karina Fisset, trying to get into scoring position, but it's knocked away by Manitoba. We'll have another corner for Quebec coming up. The game is now 20 minutes in. Got a foul on the play there, just as it was played in short and over to, or not a foul. We have a goal kick now for Manitoba. Kim Tremblay now again with the ball for Quebec. Looking for options. Sends it back to the goalie. Joelle Moras playing it back up to Florence McNichol. Ball rolls out of play again, and it will be a Manitoba with the throw-in. Throw-in now for Quebec. The other game in this group earlier today saw British Columbia with a 2-0 victory over Nova Scotia. Quebec, of course, defeating Nova Scotia yesterday, 1-0. Manitoba still looking for their first victory. Number 5 sends it back in. Quebec's number 9, Gabriella Point, looking for options. The ball goes out of play, and it will be a Quebec throw-in. If you're just joining us, you are watching Royal Select Beauport of Quebec and Northwest Winnipeg of Manitoba. Manitoba in the green, Quebec in the black. Manitoba now sending the ball in. Dispossessed by Kim Tremblay. Back off into the wing with number 11, Karina Fisset, going it alone, but the shot is wide. You can hear some of the fans encouraging people. 15 with a shot, easily gathered in by the Manitoba goalie. Both teams having trouble holding on to possession here. Alexa Driver sending it back in for Manitoba. And Veronica Kessler putting pressure on the Quebec goalie. Gabriella Point now putting it through. Offside call against Daphne Blouin, number 15. Goalie puts the ball back into play and Quebec comes up with it. Roxanne Dion now looking to set up one of her colleagues. Number 9, Gabriella Point trying to get through, intercepted. Quebec now comes up with the ball once again. Fighting for possession with Manitoba. Kim Tremblay now to Gabriella Point. Lapointe trying to set the ball through. Daphne Blouin not quite getting the contact she wanted on that pass. Tremblay sends it wide. And Sophie Lapointe. Audrey Genois, who scored yesterday afternoon, prowling around the top of the penalty area, waiting for her opportunity to receive and strike again. We have another Quebec corner coming up now at the 27th minute. Headed away by Manitoba and cleared out a little further. Quebec is there to send it back in. Roxanne Dion. Hands off to Lapointe. Over to Kim Tremblay, who is on target but high. Manitoba trying to advance, but it's intercepted. And intercepted again off Quebec. Quebec comes up with the ball again, number 15, Daphne Blouin. Kim Tremblay over to the wing again. And Anne-Sophie Lapointe. Audrey Genois trying to get past the Manitoba defender, but that ball is just too far away. Quebec now trying to hold possession and move the ball up the field. Getting some pressure from Manitoba. Ball goes out of bounds and it will be Manitoba's throw in. Manitoba throw in. We are now 30 minutes into the first half of this game. Still a scoreless draw. Some good opportunities by Quebec, but have not yet been able to turn them into goals. And we'll have another throw in coming now from Manitoba. Up in Manitoba's half. Roxane Dion back to Gaspard Friere. Over to number 9, Gabrielle Lapointe. Lapointe trying to get the ball back. Quebec trying to use the far wing of the field there, but the ball is out of play. Manitoba. Quebec now. Karina Fisset over to Daphne Blouin with a shot, which is gathered up by the Manitoba goalkeeper. Kim Tremblay now with control for Quebec. Sends it wide. Quebec with a cross looking for Audrey Genois, who scored yesterday. Daphne Blouin now moving the ball up the field. Over to 11. And The goalie is beaten, but the ball is wide. Karina Fise with an attempt at 33 minutes. Goalie's going to have one of her defenders take this goal kick. It's knocked down by Quebec. Daphne Blouin over to Rosalie Dumont. Passes it off to Roxane Dion, their captain. Dion looking for a target. And it goes off a Manitoba defender. It'll be a throw-in. Deep in Manitoba territory for Quebec. Quebec pulling their defenders up over the halfway mark. We've got a foul just at the top of the 18. So that's number 11, Karina Fise, that's down. There will be a Quebec free kick coming up. And it looks like that will be taken by Audrey Genois. She seems to be setting up for it. The goalie is ensuring that the Manitoba defenders reposition themselves. Genois on target, but even though the Manitoba goalie fumbled, was able to pull it down safely and keep the ball out of the net. Dumont over to Fise, to Lapointe, Gabrielle Lapointe. Sophie Bourassa with a foul on that play. It'll be a free kick by Manitoba. Free kick awarded to Quebec on that play. And it's taken by Roxane Dion. Sends it across the back line. Danielle Dorado challenging the goalie. Good defending by Manitoba. Quebec still with the ball. And Manitoba kicks it out for a Quebec throw-in. Audrey Genois with a good run there a moment ago before she was shut down by the Manitoba defense. Daphne Blouin with a kick that was well off target. And once again, the defender is going to take the kick for Manitoba. We get foul charged against Manitoba, and we will have against Quebec rather, we'll have a Manitoba free kick. Daphne Blouin ruled offside as Quebec tried to make another run on the Manitoba goal. And Blouin clipped there by the ball as the Manitoba defense tried to clear it. She seems to be okay. Manitoba now trying to restart. Over to number 10. Intercepted by Amy Sophie Lapointe. Kim Tremblay now tracking down the ball, still has control. Being double teamed by Manitoba. And she'll be awarded a free kick. "40 minutes of time has elapsed in this first half, still a scoreless draw. Back to Sophie Bourassa. Over to Audrey Genois. Ball goes out of bounds, and it's a Manitoba throw-in. Number 6 with a shot on net. But it's contained. Free kick against Quebec. Manitoba with a free kick. Good interception by the Manitoba defender. Kim Tremblay comes up with the loose ball. And there's been a foul assessed against Manitoba. Cynthia Gaspard-Friere will take the free kick. Sends it back to Sophie Bourassa. Roxanne Dion now with it. Dion trying to have a give and go with Daphne Blouin. Manitoba now with the ball. Knocked down by Quebec. Kim Tremblay now. Sends it back to the defense. We'll move it across the field. Back to Tremblay. Rosalie Dumont to Lapointe. To Audrey Genois with another shot that is wide of the net. 42 minutes into the game, 43 minutes have elapsed. 0-0. Royal Select Beauport of Quebec and Winnipeg Northwest of Manitoba. Manitoba now with a goal kick. Quebec now trying to set something up. We'll wait and see how much additional time the fourth official will be adding. I shouldn't think it's a whole lot. There haven't been too many stoppages. Quebec's defenders sending that back up to Gabrielle Lapointe. Lapointe looking for Blouin, but Blouin not quite in position. Kim Tremblay again with the ball. Looking for Audrey Genois. Genois from the side, but the angle is not quite right. It's gathered up by the Manitoba goalie. Free kick awarded to Quebec. We are at regulation time, so we're just working on referee's time now. I would think he'll let this play itself through. And we are through the first 45 minutes of play in this, our second game of the day at King George V Field in St. John's. You're watching Royal Select Beauport, Quebec representatives versus Manitoba's representatives, Northwest Winnipeg. The score locked at 0 after 45 minutes of play. I'm Colleen McConnell. Jillian Landrigan is joining us on the camera, and we will be right back with you in after a short break with the Jubilee Trophy Toyota National Championships from St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador. Stay tuned. And welcome back to second half action. Royal Select Beauport of Quebec and Winnipeg Northwest of Manitoba. Second half action. The teams knotted at 0 after 45 minutes of play. Beautiful setup there a little while ago by Audrey Genois of Quebec. The goalie had been pulled out of her line, but the ball went wide of the net. Both teams with a few changes at the half. As they try to break a deadlock. Foul call against Manitoba there, and the players getting a bit of a chatting and a yellow card. So not just a chat, but a yellow card for number 9 on Manitoba. The first formal caution of this game, and that's Catherine Gursky, who was just carded. Manitoba's Laura Carroll sends it in. Turned over to Quebec. Turned back over to Manitoba. And back to Quebec. One of the players has lost her shoe. Claude-André Lemieux playing with one boot off and one boot on. Not letting that slow her down at all. Karina Fisset goes it alone in front of the net and defeats the Manitoba goalkeeper, Kate Vercain. So Karina Fisset at the 49th minute. Breaks the deadlock between these two teams. Quebec already has a win at the tournament, also a 1-0 victory over Nova Scotia yesterday. Manitoba looking for their first points. 50 minutes elapsed now, so still lots of time for a comeback to happen. Quebec pushing forward again. Audrey Genois wide open. Called for a handball on the bounce. Unintentional, but accurate. Joël Mercier, number 10, a new addition in this half. Along with Laura Perron-Wojcik, who just had that throw in. Players are down in a heap. And it's going to be a free kick awarded to Quebec, taken quickly. Cynthia Gaspard-Friere using the far wing. It's poked away, and we will have a corner kick for Quebec. Quebec has had 3 corner kicks. Oh, sorry, it's going to be a throw in, not a free kick, not a corner. So in the Manitoba defender, down to take the goal kick for Kate Vercain. Laura Carroll puts it out of play, and it'll be a Quebec throw-in. Catherine Gursky and Kim Tremblay jostling for position there. Winnipeg with a long ball, but Joelle Moras is well out of her net to send that back into play. Claude-André Lemieux. And Sophie Bourassa gets back, hands it to Joelle Moras, who resets. Gabrielle Lapointe. Manitoba now loses control of the ball. Ball is sent wide to Audrey Genois. Nice give and go with Karina Fisset. Some close chances in front of the net, but well defended by the Manitoba team. Genois, who scored yesterday, teaming up with Karina Fisset, who scored in the 49th minute. Looking to extend this 1-0 lead that Quebec has. Quebec with the balance of play since this half resumed. We've got a throw-in coming from Quebec. And that will be taken by Roxanne Dion, their captain. It's a foul charge there. No, throw in. So it'll be a throw in for Quebec. Deep in Manitoba's side. And the ball is out of bounds again. This time it will go in Manitoba's favor. Have a free kick here for Manitoba. Ball is turned over to Quebec. Kim Tremblay playing it back to the defenders. We're spreading the field. Laura Perron-Wojcik. Fissé now with the ball. Audrey Jamois in support. Wojcik coming down. And the ball goes off Jessie Flett for a corner for Quebec. This is Quebec's fourth corner of the game. They have not been able to capitalize on any of these set pieces so far. You can see in the far corner some members of the Newfoundland and Labrador men's team coming in ahead of their game at 6 o'clock. Playing a short. And another corner. Kim Tremblay and Roxanne Dion there again, of course. Dion with a shot. Wide at the net. Kate Verkine taking the goal kick. It's a long ball. Manitoba not able to get back. But Olivia Saint-Cyr making sure that Joëlle Moras has to clear it quickly. Gabrielle Lapointe trying to put it through for Joëlle Mercier, but she's ruled offside. Manitoba puts the ball back into play, but it's intercepted by Quebec and intercepted again by Manitoba. Quebec with the advantage, but again, Karina Fissé this time. A few steps ahead of the defenders and is ruled offside. Winnipeg now. Trying to get something happening up in the Quebec side. Ball is turned back over. And this time, Joëlle Mercier makes sure she is onside. Ball tipped by Kate Verkine. Still active in front of the net, but punted away by the Manitoba defense. Free throw from Quebec. And number 20, Claude-André Lemieux, is down on the play. They're calling out the team physio. Yellow card for number 12 on Manitoba, Olivia Saint-Cyr. We are 61 minutes into play. You're watching the Jubilee Trophy Toyota National Championships on Sports Canada TV. I'm Colleen McConnell. Joining me on the camera is Gillian Landrigan, and we're watching today's second game of the day at this field. Group B action in the Jubilee Trophy, Quebec Royal Select Beauport and Manitoba's Northwest Winnipeg. Claude-André Lemieux coming out of the field, signaling for a substitute there. We can see somebody warming up on the sidelines. And we'll expect her to join the game momentarily. Number 20 being helped from the field there right now. Can also see a few players warming up in the substitute area for Manitoba. Gabrielle Lapointe getting ready to take the free kick for Quebec, as her teammates are getting ready to try and get a piece of it. It's headed away by Manitoba. Joël Mercier looking for an opening. And the ball is out. It will be another corner kick for Quebec. Joël Mercier going over to take that kick. Quebec still playing a person short as they wait for the substitute to come in for the game for Claude-André Lemieux. Audrey Genois. Lauren Perron-Wojcik doesn't quite get a full piece of that, but Quebec retains possession. Resetting in the back line. Roxane Dion moving the ball forward. Back to Sophie Bourassa, who will set it up again with Laura Perron-Wojcik and Audrey Genois. And we look to have another foul here. And another card coming most likely. Certainly a talking to by the referee. So 38, Danielle Dorado, had a yellow card yesterday. Not quite clear if the official is booking her this time, but certainly a stern talking to. Although he seemed to be writing down her name. Referee waves off the penalty. Quebec playing the advantage. Kim Tremblay, Audrey Genois, And an own goal for Manitoba as they were trying to clear that ball out of the 6-yard box. So 66 minutes into the game, Quebec with a 2-0 lead. First goal at 49 minutes from Karina Fisset. Second goal just now at the 66th minute, an own goal as Manitoba was trying to clear the ball from in front of the net. Laura Perron-Wojcik now being kept off the ball by Jasmine Flett. Some tense moments in front of the net there for Kate Verkine, the Manitoba goalkeeper. But her teammates managed to clear it. Quebec still with possession. Referee having a chat with Audrey Genois there. Quebec playing the short ball again. One too many touches on that play. And there is a Manitoba player down. Ball is put out of play so that she can be attended to. Quebec has controlled the pace of this half of the game. Setting up some good chances in front of the Manitoba net, but unable to capitalize on as many as they would like, I'm sure. There are 20 minutes left to play. Quebec with a 2-0 lead over Manitoba. Quebec with a 1-0 victory yesterday, so 3 points already. A victory today would give them another 6, tying them up with British Columbia in Group B. That will set up an interesting matchup on Saturday. Very little stoppage time in the first half, but a number of delays in this second half, and this is Katrina, number 20 for Manitoba Northwest Winnipeg. Karina Krashatniak, who is being helped off the field there. And it looks like we've got a substitute coming in for her. And as soon as she turns around and I can see the number, I will tell you that it's number 27, Alexa Driver, coming back into the match. And the other Manitoba player is in the physio area getting attended to. For those of you just joining us, you are watching the Royal Select Beauport game. Royal Select Beauport from Quebec versus Manitoba, Northwest Winnipeg. Group B action at the Jubilee Trophy Toyota National Championships. Veronica Kessler has come into the game as well. And more correctly, back into the game, because Kessler started the game and subbed out at the half. Quebec continuing to pressure Manitoba. Roxane Dion to Kim Tremblay, to Laura Perron-Wojcik, to Audrey Genois. Karina Fisset looking for a second goal. Amy Cloutier with a shot on net, but easily handled by Kate Verkine. Audrey Genois now with the ball for Quebec. Being marked by Alexa Driver, a cross. Failed to connect with any of her targets. The ball is out of bounds and it will be a throw in for Manitoba. We have another substitution coming in, this time for Quebec. Number 5 is coming out of the game. And number 7 is coming in, Geneviève Beauchemin. And number 6, captain Roxane Dion, is coming out of the game. And coming in her place, I need to wait for her to turn around, is Florence McNichol. Gabrielle Lapointe now wearing the captain's armband, number 9. Karina Fisset with the ball. Blocked by Manitoba. Lapointe with a shot, but it's wide. And Kate Verkine with a goal kick. We've got another substitution coming in for Manitoba. Number 10 is coming out. Jessie Flett. And coming in, we have Ashley Krishadniak. Bourassa. Geneviève Beauchemin on the side. Passed off, passed back. Beauchemin to Cloutier. Cloutier looking for a colleague, but cut off by Manitoba. Joël Mercier was going for a corner kick, but it's been waved off by the goalie, by the referee, who ruled there was a foul on the play, and it's going to be Manitoba's ball. Quebec with another substitution, as Gabrielle Valin comes into the game. Gabrielle Valin to Genois, collides with a Manitoba player. Valin to Gabrielle Lapointe, to Joël Mercier. Too much? No, she saves it. And Mercier will set up for Quebec's 6th corner of the game. Quebec leading 2-0. Kate Verkine knocks that out of play. And Quebec will reset the corner. Quebec has been much more lively in the second half. They had a few good attempts in the first. But have been definitely controlling the pace of play. We'll have a Quebec throw-in now, taken by Florence McNichol. Looking for Amy Lapointe. Ten minutes remaining in regulation time. Quebec making sure that they maintain possession, but haven't given up on an additional goal or two. Cross from Audrey Genois intercepted. Gabrielle Lapointe at 26, the oldest player on this team, so a very young team. And Lapointe brings that down. Amy Lapointe being cautioned by the official. Quebec keeping the ball well away from the Manitoba players. Trying again. Mercier ruled offside. "82 minutes gone in the game. We know that there will be a few minutes added toward the end because we had a couple of injuries on both sides that took a little time to attend to. Manitoba's Laura Carroll trying to move the ball up. Goes off a Quebec player, and it'll be a Manitoba throw-in. Looks like Christy Marchenko will come in to take that. Sorry. Microphone is caught up in my lapel. We've got a foul on that play, so free kick coming for Quebec. And the defenders prepare their game of keep away. Laura Perron-Wojcik moving up the sideline. Ball is out off Manitoba. Gabrielle Lapointe. Hard tackle there with Danielle Dorado. Quebec comes back up with possession. Genois to Lapointe. To Valin. Ball crosses and bouncing wide. Quebec gets a foot on it, but it is wide. Amy Lapointe. Got a couple of players down. Foul assessed against Quebec, so it'll be a Manitoba free kick. Manitoba with another change coming in. So number 5, Ellery Friesen entering the game. Courtney Harrison coming out. Laura Carroll intercepted by Audrey Genois, who pops it through. Kate Verkine comes out to meet it. Gabrielle Valin, Laura Perron-Wojcik, Kate Verkine takes control, calls off her defender. Quebec sets up another attack. Ellery Friesen clears it out. And it will be a throw-in for Quebec. Audrey Genois. Gabrielle Vallin. Florence McNichol sends it ahead to Joël Mercier. Mercier trying to keep it in, but it will be a goal kick for Kate Verkine of Manitoba. And that's going to be taken by one of her defenders. Danielle Dorado, by the look of it. Manitoba trying to move the ball up the field using the wing. And it's out of play, still Manitoba control. Christy Marchenko going over to take the throw in. Still Manitoba's ball. Manitoba, Quebec. Quebec with the ball now. Sending it through, hoping to connect with Audrey Genois. But Alexa Driver of Manitoba got there first. Now a tussle over on the side with the Manitoba player still down. It looks like Catherine Gursky. She seems to be okay. We are at 90 minutes of regulation time. Audrey Genois to Laura Perron-Wojcik. Wojcik gets it clear, and Kate Verkine picks it up. Sends it back up the field. Sophie Bourassa to Genois. To Amy Lapointe. And Gabrielle Vallin ruled offside on that play. Genois with the ball again. There are only a few minutes between Joël Moras having a second shutout and from setting up a playdown effectively on Saturday between British Columbia and Quebec. Both teams will have 6 points apiece and will be battling for sole possession of first place and the right to go to the gold medal game. Another corner coming up from Quebec. There can't be much time left in this game. But the referee is not done yet. Fourth official is looking at his watch. Laura Carroll trying to make a break. She meets up with Ellery Friesen. Jamie Flett over to the middle. Manitoba with a last attempt. Veronica Kessler and Gabriella Point down in a tumble. Referee having a few words. And another card for Danielle Dorado. So she must have only got a warning before, but she did have a card yesterday. Referee trying to settle things down a little bit. And he's directing one of the Winnipeg players off the field. That would be Jamie Flett, who looks like she needs a Band-Aid or a little medical attention on her knee. Joelle Mercier. Another corner for Quebec. Flett comes back into the game. Verkine tips that ball, but isn't able to control it. And it goes harmlessly out of play. Referee getting ready to whistle this down. And that is the final whistle. Royal Select Beauport 2. Manitoba Northwest Winnipeg 0. This will give Quebec Royal Beauport Select 6 points in the division. That is the same as British Columbia, who they will play on Saturday. Saturday's game will be quite the match because they will each be playing for the right to advance to the gold medal or bronze medal game. You have been watching the Toyota National Championships Jubilee Trophy. I'm Colleen McConnell. Jillian Landrigan has been joining us on the camera all weekend. This is the second of 3 games here at King George V Park in St. John's today. I'll be signing off now. Gord Dunphy will be joining you to bring you the men's match between Holy Cross of Newfoundland and Labrador and British Columbia. Thank you, and we'll see you at 6.